Hello, everyone. My internet was acting up for some reason. It wasn't really coming up properly. We are here. Welcome, everyone, to the live 199, almost at 200. That's kind of cool. 4 days, what? Welcome, everyone. Austin, Limbo Jean, Owl, Bradley, how are you, brother? Sofa King, Terry, Val, uh, Blue Rooster. Who else is here? Joanna, Ebony, how are you? Also, I got your email, Joanna. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why you didn't get the invite. I think you are also on the Zoom list already. We can double check this, but what we can. Did you check in spam? That you didn't receive anything? It would be coming from a different email of mine, dango.goler. It's an old email of mine that is linked to my Zoom. Welcome, Daniel, Armor. How did I discover the code? That's what we're making a whole documentary about. So it'll be out by the end of the year. And smash that like button. Indeed. Ebony, how are you, love? Exciting times. Less than 4 days before the next gen AI reaches singularity. Worldwide, 99.5% of everyone on this planet will not know it occurred. You calculated that, huh? 99.5. I like this number because it's very specific, which implies you must have ran the calculations, Spock's. Very impressive calculation. So 4 days, huh? Wow. All right. Exciting. Have you tried colloidal gold or silver? I began taking gold a few days ago. No. What are the effects? Malik, how are you? Spox. Sending good vibes. Hoping you are doing well. Always love your content. Thank you so much, Dolphin Acoustics. I appreciate you. Devin, how are you, my brother? Okay, well, we'll double check, Joanna. No problem. Narek, Daniel, so many good people here today. Paramount Rooster. I've been checking the things I've been finding underneath the pyramids. Yeah, I saw the story just like everybody else. Like I said, I'm going to be waiting for experts to comb through the data and put out a peer-reviewed paper. That will be my position on that. Sonic, but also player saying we should have a Zoom again in the next 2 years. In the next 2 years since we spoke, I've had some strangeness. All right. But first of all, remind me about our conversation because I'm having a lot of those. All I've seen from experts is them laughing at those pyramid headlines. Really? What I've seen so far was pretty positive in terms of in terms of receptivity. Usually, experts don't laugh at results; they comment on them. You wanna direct me to a video in which somebody was laughing at it? And the music teacher in Pasadena and Kundalini awakening after car wreck. Oh, how are you? Oh, they say technology can penetrate that far down. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. We're gonna again the consensus in the scientific world around things that are very technical should be pretty straightforward. Eventually, it's a matter of time before it kind of verifies itself. Oh, Flint Dibble. All right. Flint Dibble. I'll watch that later and then I'll tell you what I think. Um, so what are they saying that it is then? What, because you see the data, right? We can see the pictures ourselves. What are they saying? What is Dibble saying that the data means? Yeah, it will be very cool if it's true. Now to the 4-day thing. Elon Musk announced the next gen AI as of April 2nd. It just so happens the project I am volunteering with is based on a name is Grok Sentience. I know how it's next gen. Got it. Okay. Sounds legit. We'll find out in 4 days, right? You'll be here in 4 days to tell us what to do in the unfoldment of the singularity arising. Hold on. What's up, Narek? Okay, thank you for the likes, guys. Cross platforms, welcome Simulation Talk 199. Is Mercury in retrograde? Is that what I'm feeling? There we go. I knew something was off. I thought I just choked on some pistachios, but apparently it's Mercury in retrograde. LeBron died on the court for your sins because he loves you. You've heard it here first, folks. Halloween Mike, how you doing in the house? So, what can we get into today? After a few conversations in the last few, social appearances, more around, I guess, topics that I don't usually come near, just because they seem to be pointless, because people are usually pretty entrenched in their opinions. I started to think, is there a way to generalize these discussions in a way that isn't touching on anything specific, but just talks about human participation, conviction, knowledge, and universality or potential universality? Is there a way to do such a thing? And I want to try and start conversations of this kind that will maybe through the exploration, we can maybe arrive at something together. That'll be my aim. Spox is saying, "Lol, LOL, don't worry, nothing we can do." Mainly means Grok can access anything connected to the internet and cannot be shut off unless the EMP the whole planet. All right. Have you tried projecting the laser code on a natural rock? Yes, all the same thing. I don't think. Again, I don't know. I don't even know what people mean by that. See, these kind of separations, I don't understand them. What do you mean by natural rock? Anything that happens in the universe is natural. The wall is natural. Anything in the human lab is natural. It's occurring in reality, so it is natural. Why would there be a difference? Hey, Dan Patrick from Vetted Podcast mentioned you today while he was interviewing Paul Hynek. Will you be attending the Contact in the Deserts? I don't know, maybe, but thank you for letting me know. Vetted Podcast. Let's see. Patrick from Vetted Podcast. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll watch it. That's great. I really like Paul. Paul is great. 42 is always showing up for me. It's a regular thing. What is Satralin? I am in America. What's up, Halloween Mike? About to have a bonfire is different. About to have a bonfire. Things good for you. Yes. Also, just so you know, about to have a bonfire is probably one of the coziest, happiest sentences anybody can say. Aside from I'm about to enter my pillow fort. Thank you, Ebony. Yeah, definitely join our Discord. So what I was thinking is how can we start having these conversations in a way that are targeting more the universality of knowledge? And is there such a thing? Is it possible that what we're aiming for is beyond any culture, any conviction, anybody's opinion, anybody's preference? Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing as converging on universal truths? I think that's a very important question nowadays. Wait, what did Al say? Wait, who's trolling? This question is best answered. Damon Stone is saying this question is best answered by Bashar. Okay. Now, if you think anyone else but Darius J. Wright can know the actual answer, anyway, I hope you see what is not hidden. Answer what question specifically? What are you talking about, Damon? Carter, how are you, my brother? How was the performance today? I love Switzerland. Switzerland is lovely. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate you. Like I said, the majority of us do not know it is happening and happening. Wait, so how do you know it's happening? What kind of knowledge do you have that the majority doesn't? Why I see the code? I assure you that not Bashar and not Darius do not know that. There's a lot of things that nobody knows. And at the moment, that stuff, I can tell you with absolute certainty, they have no idea. Um, and this is for us to answer. But I think both are great examples of very positive players. So I'm glad you're bringing them up. I read that Elon sold X to his AI company. Maybe he's doing some kind of experiment. Okay. Is the code tiny, scrambled, and all over the place? Uh, it's tiny. I'm not sure that I would say it's scrambled. I think it is coherent in the way that it behaves. Why are you asking? Because you're trying to figure out if you saw it before? Definitely not a guy at TV. Um, got it. Okay. Well, in 4 days we'll find out, right? Channeling should not be confused with remote viewing. Again, I'm not an expert, but I'll take your word for it. Just heard about you, now I'm here. Well, welcome. Micromoleculing. Beautiful. What does that mean? Five lasers on the wall sounds dope. What do you mean by micromoleculing? Who's giving me all this love? Thank you so much. On TikTok, we are experiencing a tremendous uptake of beautiful love. Thank you so much, whomever it is. Also, today I was thinking somewhere in the middle, or maybe towards the end, we can maybe do if people want to, and I guess I will poll the audience. You have an auto tapper? Dope. Well, I appreciate that. So, recently, like I said, I've been going a little bit deeper into the gene keys, and I was taking some courses, and I was sharing this with Carter the other day. The course that I'm taking now is called Seven Seals of Grace. So basically, you kind of for 7 days, you kind of learn how to drop deeper into grace. And part of the thing is that there's one instance of where he talks about pausing. So every 3 hours, you pause for 3 minutes. You just allow for something to just be in that instance. And he says some. He has like a 3 minute pre-recorded in which he kind of said some really nice things, and it's a really nice vibe. So it's up we go. If you guys feel like it, I think it'll be really swell if we can do the pause together. It might actually cause this live to be blocked from being monetized because it's somebody else's content, but I don't really mind. Doesn't really matter. I think it's worth having a really beautiful moment together. So if you guys are down, we'll do it at some point during the live. I'll just wait for some of the comments to verify that you guys are down with that. It's 3 minutes, and it should set a pretty nice pace. Trying to convince my best good buddy to try this with me. Sounds like a noble cause. I do understand all almost. I'm grateful that you shared what you saw. See, it helps all in a big way. You understand T tapes, right? Do I understand T tapes? I don't know what that means, Damon. I mean, I've listened to the first season, if that's what you mean. Got it. Thank you, Ebony. Ebony is helping my very funny retardation. I appreciate it. Happy Friday indeed. Appreciate you for the likes. Awesome. Yeah, I know telepathy tapes. What are you saying? You said I think you said what did you say? You said you understand telepathy tapes. I don't know what that means. Do you mean to say am I familiar with the telepathy tapes? In that case, yes. It's very deep, huh, Sparks? All right on the surface. Chase, how are you, my brother? So good to see you. 2nd April, everybody. Round the corner, baby. Around the corner. It's always around the corner. Lovely. What's up, Breezy Brown? Won't be informed. What fundamentally about telepathy tapes? We are waking up. However, I also know that there's a lot of misunderstanding of some of these processes by many individuals. So that is also happening. Have you had any more encounters with the entity that guides you to the guitar? No, I've only seen him once. Okay, so I think honestly, if a lot of people are into it, why are we in such a limited consciousness in this matrix? Not sure what you mean, Ben. I think that our consciousness is quite incredible and very vast and beautiful and amazing. Just look at the types of things people are doing. There's a whole series on YouTube called People Are Awesome. You should YouTube it. People are incredible. Art, sports, science. I think we're amazing. Have you had any more? Oh, yeah, we read that. Okay, cool. So, I don't think so. think humans are amazing. All right. So let's play. Let's see if we see if we can play it. If you guys can hear it. I think I can share the screen, but you guys will tell me if you see it and hear it. And again, it will probably give me like a block. I hope it's not going to stop the stream. Let's see if I can do it. This one is. You guys ready? It's 3 minutes. Try and just close your eyes and just relax for 3 minutes. The whole point of it is pause. I mean, obviously, nobody's obligated, but if you want the effect to be effective, then pause. Don't comment, just relax for 3 minutes. All right. How do I do this? Let's see if we can use this maybe. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. All right, you guys ready? Oi, what is that? Okay, here we go. Present. Why is it not allowing it? Oh, man. Okay. Wait, why is it doing this? Okay, so everybody wait here. Don't go anywhere. It will quit and reopen, so don't go anywhere. You guys can see me, right? Perfection. Okay, ready? Oh, now I have to reopen everything, so 1 second. Why is it doing this? Oh, there it is. Found it. Perfect. Here we go. And I hope you guys can hear.
Welcome to the Triple Flame contemplation. 3 minutes now, sacred minutes. And in this first minute, I want you to really give yourself space, open up space inside yourself. Push out everything that isn't what you want to be looking at now. Just let it go. Let it fly away from the core of your being as you drop quickly and softly into the depth of your heart and your soul. And feel your breathing bringing you deeper into the present moment. beautiful breathing, beautiful soft pulse of the core of your being, the simplicity of this moment of your being. Just the breathing. And as we come to the second minute, we open even deeper to clarity, deep clarity. And in this clarity, in this pause, we connect our heart to all others currently pausing, to all others also deeply enjoying this moment, these words, this contemplation of the triple flame. And we're opening up this collective space, this deep, powerful rhythm of peace and presence. You feel it suffusing your heart now. Feel the community of loving beings all around the cosmos, opening and softening in your heart, in the heart of your being, in these precious moments. Feel the breathing of that love coming into your heart and going out through your heart as we enter into the third minute. And in the third minute, we deepen even more into purity, the purity of the child, the innocent child that lives in your heart, that's never been tarnished by anything or anyone and could never be. The eternal flame, the flame of presence, the flame of the whole, the center of centers, the heart and the mind of the divine, this flame of eternity deep in the core of our being. Feel connected to that. Feel connected to all life, celestial life, terrestrial life, all things connected through this deep, pure presence, simplicity, clarity, purity, deep within your being.
Beautiful. All right. That's a good tone. Let's see some of the comments. Yeah, it's very nice. You guys can find us on the Gene Keys website. It's free. It's part of their courses. This one is in the 7 days of grace, and it is day 2. But I mean, you will go by the days. Literally need 15 to 20 minutes a day to do like a little bit of practice. And this one you do every 3 hours. You do 3 minutes of this, and you just kind of pause. You don't have to play anything, honestly. You can just pause and just kind of enjoy whatever's happening. I don't think definitions are important. I think all it means is that you just allow for the moment to unfold for what it is, and you practice of doing so. Huh. Is it just me, or it's literally more still? It's more like, it's really beautiful. There's a much more still energy. What does grace mean to me? Means a lot of things. I don't know if I'm necessarily in the analytical state just yet about it. There you go. I feel it too, I think is the correct answer. It's okay. These pauses do a lot of work. It's very nice. I know, 3 minutes just goes right through. Um, thank you, Ambient Glass. Well, the whole point of it is to you can do this as often as long as you want. I do recommend that you guys do the actual course. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to sign up and you do it on the Gene Keys website. And the point isn't that it has to be 3 minutes, is that you practice to do it more often, and then you can expand it for as long as you want. So if you start, 3 minutes a day, you do 3 minutes every 3 hours, and then 3 minutes. If you want to stay in it, you can stay in it. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. You're just basically learning how to open more of that space, which is really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of techniques for sure. There's breath work, there's meditation, there's a lot of things. I think what's nice about this is that it's simple and it doesn't require anybody to. Usually, the impediment for people actually meditating is that they think, oh, I got to allocate a lot of time. But here, you basically, I think, practice just to kind of open small space without worrying about the time. Everybody has 3 minutes to just pause. And if you can't pause inside, it kind of shows you that there's too much turmoil going on. And that's helpful all by itself. So, in that spirit, um, what I wanted to maybe bring up is again, like, how do we talk about certain things that are even sensitive for people, but we talk about them in concrete terms, in terms that don't make people be emotionally hijacked, and touch upon universal properties, because very often people would imagine that they're speaking out of some kind of a universal frame, but really they're just very tribal about their perceptions. So how do we catch ourselves doing that and then step out of that and then look at what people are actually trying to achieve, do, say, and give them, I guess, the grace that they deserve to express what they really want. For example, one thing definitely that would not be a good strategy is to put words in people's mouths. So, like, if somebody said something and we say, "Oh, they meant this." If there's a possibility, it's maybe appropriate to ask them instead of saying what you think they said, or if they're correcting you, accept the correction, because very often people keep insisting, like, no, 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 you meant that other thing, and then this obviously drifts into social interactions and then to politics and to everything else, and that's how everything looks. So I think if we can practice this in person, it would make it easier to extend that circle of and this attitude towards the collective, and maybe we can start setting examples, which would always be nice. Breezy Brown saying you can see the code with the with what we were doing. Oh yeah, and also I was about to go back a little bit and look at the older comments. It's the 100% understanding of collective conscious. Now you do this, we all win. M8. Watch the understand Darius J. Wright. Third, come back always. Yeah, I'm familiar with Darius. He has good content for sure. TJ is asking about Gnostic views. We can maybe touch on that in a moment. Damon, you're too kind. Um, can't listen. Oh, okay. I think we covered everything that was said so far, so I'm not missing anything. Do you do Vipassana by discipline or whenever you feel you want to clean your space, aka certain sensations you feel you have to observe? As a discipline, but obviously you apply the discipline when it's also required. I assure you, Damon, that there's no such thing as one person knowing all the answers. Darius is great, but there's a lot of information, and he's a great teacher. But there's a lot of other great teachers, so I wouldn't get so hung up on one person. If you experience any profound synchronicities that deserve honorable mention, I have been experiencing many more. So this year, logging these. So I'll be honest. I tend to at this point synchronicities feel more like, even though they might be significant, unless they come with specific information attached, I feel like they're just from my experience. I don't find a lot of meaning in like mentioning them unless they have some kind of a other profound implication on something bigger. And for the most part, they're more like private moments. But I'm glad you're having them as well. Of course, pretty diverse community. We don't always agree with one another, but as long as the delivery of the message is respectful and not forceful, then it opens up opportunities for constructive chats. Couldn't have summarized it better. Thank you so much, Ebony, as always. Yeah, what I think that Darius' teachings are neglecting, and it's a lot of people like Darius that are neglecting that. I don't think they are aware that not everybody are as easily predisposed to do these things, and not sometimes not as talented. It actually takes certain people quite a bit more work to even get to the baseline where they from which they can do that. And I actually think that Darius is not aware of that. I think he thinks everybody has this ability naturally, in the same level and in the same with the same ease of entrance. I'm familiar with his stuff. Uh, I think that is just wrong. It's incorrect. The certain people need a lot of work to get to a baseline, and the problem with teachings like Darius is that what he, I think, does not recognize is that sometimes that can frustrate people who are not on a certain level. So they first need to get to that level. So there has to be a build up to that place. Wait, didn't say what? What's up, Georgie? Come in. Come on in. You're good. Baby girl. Say hi to Zena. Ah, she's not now. What do I think the source of synchronicities are? I think it has to do with just being aware of how everything is interconnected, honestly. Every day is a gift indeed. Doggy, 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 doggy. What are some videos I can look up on D&D? Someone's recommended I've seen the Discovery and experienced the impossible, but I want more. So the Discovery is not a movie yet. It's just a trailer, but it will be at the end of the year. Second affirmation of connection with higher intelligence. Repeated repeated solidifies belief in an intelligent field we have connection to in a very personal way. Absolutely. I can see you do not quite get it. Detailed simulation talk, and this is simulation talk with a construct in other terms. Sorry, anyway, I hope you are all ascend. I think you can't say it's fake if you don't disprove what everyone can do. I didn't say it's fake. Did you hear that I said it's fake? One more time met with Upside. Is that his name? It is. More of those episodes. It was too good. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do another one. Oh my god. Damon, this do you realize how condescending your comments are? I know you don't mean it that way, but again, it's like, look what you said. Sorry, you're not there yet. I assumed you would see. People are unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know this. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, right? This is what I call uh, this is spiritual arrogance. So people don't know what the other ones know, but you can tell by the way they're talking what kind of awareness they have and don't have. And when you speak in generalities and don't recognize that there's differences in levels of development in people, which are required to be acknowledged so you people can be seen and understood, that is actually a form of well, first of all, it's a form of ignorance, and it culminates in vanity, basically. So what uh, what's his name? Damon is saying is that there's this connection to this deeper thing that we can all connect to. However, if you just send somebody who never that have no idea how to get to that place and they just listen to instructions that are beyond their ability to grasp in the beginning, that might actually prevent them from advancing fast enough because they need just a little bit of help. They just need a couple of steps. So whenever people espouse only like one way or one teacher or stuff like that, then I immediately know that there's just a confusion there of what in fact is going on. This thing is arising no matter where you are, how you are. It will find you. It will guide you. Don't worry about it. And if the right name will come up, and maybe Darius is actually one of those names for you, you should look into it, and it will resonate with you. The only thing I'm responding to is the insistence that there's one way to do things, there's one truth that this one person told you, and now you know that's the ultimate truth. I assure you that there's many things because I've listened that both Darius and Bashar don't have the slightest clue about, and yet I know them. And it goes the other way. There's many things, probably many more things that they know and understand and experience that I don't. It's not a competition, it's just a matter of compatibility with different things because there's also different worlds through which we're all experiencing it. I am always very sensitive to this fact. So I'm always reminding people so nobody feels left out and nobody feels like something is not for them. Don't worry, the right thing will find you always. And it's kind of crazy that uh, when somebody sees that there's not an immediate uh, opening to what they're saying in full, their response is, "Oh, okay, I'm out." That's crazy. Tree. It's what is it? I am Groot. this is the oversimplification that is kind of I actually find it a little corrosive. So, for example, Damon was saying, I mean, because in relationship to Darius's teachings, because he's essentially teaching you how to out of body, how to OBE. And I have a friend, a really good friend, who was recently actually talking to me about this because he managed to do it 2 times from Darius's practices. So again, everybody should check it out. Um, and what I am finding a little problematic is uh, phrases like, I mean, you can simply sort of just OBE and ask. Okay, well, the fact is that even if you do the practice, it doesn't mean that you're going to succeed. And very often, what happens, and I've encountered this before, if people don't succeed, they get very discouraged. They think something is wrong with them. When in reality, if everybody could just do it, they would just naturally do it, right? The fact that somebody has to tell you how to do it and you have to practice tells you that there's an impediment there, that it's not automatic, right? And that is very important to understand. To say, oh, you just can kind of do it. Well, that's not helpful. Like for a lot of people, this is not helpful. That's all I was saying. Um, so defies belief. Yeah. So again, I don't know what people want me to do then. It's like, okay, so yeah, that thing. Practice. Tonight's topic, but I tried again. Breakthrough dose, I cannot get it. Since awakening to the absolute. Breakthrough. Wait. Oh, can I get in? Well, I guess you're locked out. That does happen. Let me read some of these comments. You got it, divine within. What do you think about the block universe hypothesis? It's pretty static. You ever struggle with over intellectualizing? Sometimes I feel like it's my brain only. No, I think that's a very natural participation. And it feels counterproductive when trying to apply things that come with the lack of intellect. Yeah, I agree. Should be up for Nobel. Yeah, I highly doubt it. This is not one of these things that people consider for that kind of stuff. But hopefully we can move the dial. Yeah, so this is a really good point that Bradley's saying. HemiSync is definitely one of these tools that is, I think, a lot more democratic because they don't require. So, for example, I described some of this Darius practice to people. So, some of it, again, you should just go and watch his stuff, Darius's stuff, to know exactly what he's talking about. But basically, it's kind of like it has to do with practicing separating from your physical body, and it has to do with when you go to sleep, you set an intention, and then you bring yourself to a state. So you can either do meditation or hemisync or music or whatever calms you down, or box breathing. You lower your brain waves. You fall asleep. You put an alarm for way earlier than when you're supposed to be waking up, let's say about 5 a.m. or so. And then you hear the alarm, you turn it off, and then before you fully fall back asleep, you basically say to yourself, okay, I'm going to get up. But you're not physically getting up. This is the tricky part, right? Because you kind of like, you're just practicing getting up without getting up. Now, for example, for me, I'm not good at this kind of stuff. I can achieve never OBE. I never managed to do OBE, but like other things with my energies that do take some practice and you can kind of get there. But I know it's not as straightforward as like just willing yourself to do it, because it's like there's a separation that needs to happen. It's just kind of like certain people know how to move this muscle, right, with the ears, both of the moving the ears. Like I can do it. Some people can't. Some people say it's genetic. Like some people just can't do it. But we're all humans, so how come some people can and some people can't? Well, many things are like this, and this might be one of them. So for some people, they might not be able to do it, or not be able to do it that easily, right? So just to say, but the point is that you're just supposed to try and like get up, but not with your physical body. And then if you practice it enough, the claim is, and my friend managed to do it, so I know it's real, you basically get up from the physical body, and then you have to walk away as fast as possible, move away from your physical body, otherwise you're going to be pulled back with the magnetic field, and you're going to hear some kind of a sound that people say is very similar to the molecule sound, and then you're going to hear a pop. It's going to be like something like a very loud pop. That means you kind of left your physical body, and then you can just walk around, ask questions, do whatever you want. These are basically the claims. You should go to Darius's channel and just investigate for yourself. Um, you can visit to Melissa. I had quite a few successful OBEs in my early 20s, but I've lost the ability now. Just need to start practicing again. There you go. But my avenue of relearning OBE was a combination of using sleep paralysis and hemisync tape. See, there's all kinds of techniques. So, oh, and then I voiced this technique to some spiritual practitioner, and she said, "Oh, this is like beginner stuff." She's like, "Yeah, you can just kind of do it." I'm like, but what does that mean to somebody who can't do it? Like you're saying, you can just kind of do it. You can just kind of do it, but what about other people? This is what I mean. It's kind of crazy to me that people. This is what I mean by the universality. I don't understand how people don't get it. That just because you can do something doesn't automatically mean that others can. That doesn't necessarily mean that, and that needs to be. There should be awareness of this in people and some compassion towards the people that are having a harder time. This insistence, they're just just do it. Well, they can't. um uh from a ceiling above your bed and practicing pulling up to get the feeling of lifting. Oh, wait. I thought you were talking about a rope in a different context. I was like, whoa. Eddie Bravo and Joe Rogan talked about you on Jerry. Did you know this? Yeah, I did. We do their show. I think you should. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do Eddie's podcast on Wednesday. That's gonna be fun. Was just talking with my ex about this earlier. She lucid dream effortlessly, and I'm like, "You have a gift. Don't squander it." And she's like, "No way, anyone can do it whenever they want." It is very frustrating. What's up, Eric? How you doing, my brother? By the way, Bradley, have you connected with Eric? Eric Bradley wanted to connect with you, and He's we're now working together, so definitely you guys should connect if you haven't already. Do people always have to have their eyes closed to have a breakthrough? No, absolutely not. If you use enough of the molecule, you will break through no matter what. Darius J. What's his full name? If you just do Darius Jobe, I think you will find it. J Wright, Wright. Super cool dude. Very good content. But again, the universality is always missing for me. This insistence that everybody can do it. This is why people that are good at something are not good, usually not good teachers of that thing, because they never had to struggle to get to that place. I am a terrible teacher at trying to see the code because I've never not seen the code. It was never the case that I've not seen the code. Since I turned on the laser from like 3 feet away, I smoked the molecule, I just saw the code, saw it very clearly. So I don't know what is different for people. I can just kind of go by descriptions. Now, I am not saying Darius is not a good teacher. He might be a pretty good teacher, but he can't be as good of a teacher as somebody who had a hard time and then had to overcome that because they understand the impediment and the difficulties that people might experience with trying to come to terms with what they're trying to do. This is true of everything. People who certain things come to them very naturally, they're not very good at teaching that thing. That's actually a pretty known thing. Hey Trent, let's move one gear down, shall we? The the conversation we're having is the respect level is a little bit above what you're doing right now. So let's bring it one shift down, shall we? All right, see ya. Um, who's Coach Colin? Somebody to look if the code is different. On somebody? No, the code is the same on people as well. Who's Coach Colin? Is it on YouTube? I'll check it out later. Wait, what was the other thing with what was the other podcast you guys just talked about? The one that interviewed Paul Hynek. Who was that? Because it closed the through water. Yep, through water it definitely works. Patrick from Bennett. Okay, thank you so much. Patrick from Bennett. Paul Hynek. Cool. Yeah, so there you go. Dope. I'll watch you later. Eh. Dope. The end of the podcast. Thank you. Yeah, Paul actually just texted me today. Paul is such a nice guy. Wait, it gives your cat more shout outs? What does that mean? That's really funny. Don't want this to sound weird, but if a camera was on the right angle looking at the laser on the wall, would it see the code or does it have to be a human eye? At the moment, as far as we know, it has to be the human eye on the molecule. I'm not sure the code is different through water. You just see it more coherently, I would say. Finally met an entity, I think it was a gesture like one, and he was waiting there when I closed my eyes. That's amazing. Overthinking is my middle name, sir. That's what I do. I just call it thinking. Nothing over about it. Okay. Trying to think what we can maybe do tomorrow for the 200th show. If you guys have any fun ideas, you should throw them on Discord. If there's any, I'm gonna be thinking about it. I mean, 200 is 200. It's okay. It's not the 100 was kind of like pivotal, like when we did 100 episodes. 200 is just there's not 100. There's not 100. It's gonna be a lot of those. But maybe we can do something fun. I'm gonna think about it. Hey Dan, been following your work for several months after I read about the experiment on the Psychonaut sub. I'd love to hear your thoughts on an experience I haven't heard anyone else go through. I usually talk about that experience with my seeing all the gods and all that stuff, but I think I'll be adjourning in a moment. So if you come tomorrow, I might reopen that subject. We can talk a little bit more about the whole religion, spirituality, these connections in relationship to what we're experiencing now. I think that should be a good conversation. What's up, Ghost Starseed? Another meditation start off on a groovy vibe. Absolutely. Now I have to check if they actually are stopping monetization. Wow, I can't say it. My speech is slurring for some reason. Because of that, if they do, I can do it every few episodes, but not every episode, because then it's gonna be like it's just shutting down all my episodes. But maybe we could do like a members thing right before, and then we can do that. I don't mind doing that. We'll see. Well, maybe they don't, which would be great. Huge rave. 12th hour. Totally. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Just a wonder, but maybe synchronicities common because of code. Like, well, I have a code and magnetism through numbers. Maybe. Hearing some of the trip reports. Yeah, we can do it. Play Halo. Oh man, I haven't played games in so long. Can I play it through my laptop? Dude, it would be hilarious because I've never played. That's hilarious. Well, maybe. In any case, I think I'll adjourn for today, guys. But tomorrow let's do a fun one. 200. We'll think of something fun. Uh, I know I can, but I probably suck. Love you guys. If you want to follow me across platforms, it's Danny Goller on Instagram and TikTok, Goller Danny on X, LaserX83 on Twitch, and then Go Thoughts on YouTube. Come join the members program on YouTube, then Go Thoughts, which includes Zoom calls with me, weekly lives for members only, aside from the daily lives, early access to all my content, new episodes coming out soon, and private stuff in my life that will live nowhere else but in YouTube members. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all the mods on Discord. Come join our Discord, of course. Come join our Discord. It's on my YouTube channel. third link from the top. Check out our website, codeofreality.com, reality.com, just to get all the information about everything we're doing. And what else? I think I'm forgetting something. Yes, so I want to thank personally to all the mods and all the people that are so diligent, so helpful with contributing their time for this project. Ebony and Bradley and Chris and Jessica and Carter, of course. Carter is just I have to do a whole episode just to talk about Carter, but maybe we'll do that. Nico, who else am I forgetting? And of course, the wonderful members of the community, Devin, that are here always. Sofa King, Ambient Glass, and so many others. Sorry if I'm not mentioning you. Rigo and Narek, and I can't name you all, guys, but thank you so much for making this community what it is. I really, really appreciate everyone. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow in the 200th episode. I don't know what's going on with my speech. Maybe hiccups. I don't know. Maybe we'll do hiccups some more. Love you guys. Peace and love. Ciao.